What's up, guys? It's Don.
Samuel here.
We are the Soul Brothers. Good to see you guys. Soul Squad. Back up in it. We're going to do a versus video. This is a newer shoe I have tested. Sam has not tested this one, but we have both tested the Kyrie 2.
The Kyrie 2.
Okay, so let's hop in on this versus video. Oh, I didn't say what they are.
Nope.
This is the Nike Hypershift. Sorry.
Yep. Okay.
This is the Kyrie 2.
Yep. We said the Kyrie 2.
Well, we did.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, now moving along. Traction. That's a hard L for this one. But it's great traction, just not nearly as good as this, as the Kyrie 2.
Yep.
Kyrie 2, you're stopping harder, picks up less dust. The traction pattern is way more innovative. You got the pivot point, right? You got the outsole curvature. This has a little bit of outsole curvature, kind of wraps around here.
Yeah.
For crossovers and stuff. So
but it doesn't have the pivot.
But it doesn't have the pivot point. And you see how the grooves are a little bit wider and deeper?
Yeah.
That's just going to give you better traction.
And it's not going to pick up as much dust.
And it's not going to pick up
Look
as
at
much
how
dust.
close together the nubs are on the Hypershift, you know?
So on a clean court, these are probably going to be great. Can't go wrong with either. Dusty court, for sure, the Kyrie 2.
Outdoors, I think the Hypershift would be better.
Yeah, the rubber's a little harder.
Yeah.
But even though this is probably be good on a clean court, you should still probably go with this traction-wise.
Yeah. Just
because of the pivot point.
Yeah.
It is great. So that's a win for the Kyrie 2. Now moving on to the midsole. These are both rock solid.
Holy shit. It's Nike never has a medium. It's always either super freaking hard or really, really bouncy.
Yeah.
It's off like Zoom.
Yeah.
So, that's weird.
Cushion, I'm just going to give him a tie.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get a little bit more court feel in the Hypershift, according to Don.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they're the same thing.
It's the same thing. So don't get either of these shoes if you want impact protection or bounce.
I think the Hypershift is basically a low version of the Kyrie 2s, right? If you think
a lower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like low,
for
kind
sure.
of, you know?
For sure. These are very, very similar shoes.
Yeah.
Okay, these are for like a really, smaller, quicker guard, shifty type player, hence the name Hypershift. So,
and Kyrie is very shifty.
And Kyrie is one of the most shifty. So, okay, now that's a tie there in the midsole. Moving on to the upper, just materials. That's a win for the Hypershift.
Yeah, this is basically a knit/woven material. It's kind of stretchy. It's really pliable, super soft. Medium pliable. It's hard. It takes a long time to break in. Hypershift wins
for the win.
The material
Okay.
category.
Now, fit. I'm gonna go here.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Hypershift because just the materials helps with the fit.
Very interesting.
And these are very. The fit is really good in these. Okay, the materials in this are a little abrasive. Okay, so you will get a little bit of blistering, maybe depending on how much you sweat and stuff. But I would probably just by a little bit go fit in the Hypershift. Okay, lockdown. I'll probably go Kyrie 2.
Yeah. But you didn't have any.
There's no problem here, really.
So maybe like a tie then, lockdown?
Maybe a tie, but the midfoot strap, you're real locked down in there.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I can go a tie.
Okay.
There's nothing to complain about here. So, yeah. Now, support, I'm going to go there. I'm going to go Kyrie 2.
Okay.
Support. This is a little higher. You got the midfoot strap. The materials are very, very, very strong. So, support, I would go here by a little bit.
Okay. Moving on to the ventilation.
This
is hot. The Kyrie 2s are hot as fuck.
Those are heaters.
They are heaters.
Flames.
Literally and figuratively.
Okay. Flames. Okay, now
moving on to durability.
Durability, I'm gonna go
tie.
Just tie it.
Because outsole, I think this is better. The Hypershift is better, but then the materials
are more durable.
The Kyrie 2s are more durable. So
sure.
It's a tie.
Yeah. So tie it up there. What are we talking about now? Aesthetics.
That's hard.
You know what?
I like the Kyrie. It depends on the colorway.
Yeah, it depends on the colorway.
Silhouette wise, I'm tied, but colorway wise,
I'll give them a tie.
Yeah, I'll give it a tie.
I think they're both good looking shoes.
I think the Hypershift is more inspired by the Kyrie 2 if you look at it, like the really big midsole.
Yeah, the heel.
In the heel, and Nike's just trying to do that.
And just like the overall shape of it, kind of is very similar.
Yeah.
Kind of the pointy, swooping toe.
Yep.
Okay, so price-wise, these are both cheap shoes, but this one is stupid cheap.
That's the 100 aura.
$100.
That's Kyrie 2s are 125, but you can get it for $100 basically.
Yeah.
So what the hell? Which one would you play in? I think okay. So I haven't played in the Hypershift, but I think what I'm deducing by what Don has told me from this the Hypershift is they're basically the same shoe.
Yeah.
If you're playing on the clean court, definitely go with the Kyrie 2. Or I mean, if you're playing on the dusty court, definitely go with the Kyrie 2s. If traction is a big problem, then probably go with the Kyrie 2s.
Yeah, traction is one of your big things. Go with the Kyrie 2s. That's the only reason why it's kind of... Everything else, I would probably want this. It just feels better on my foot. It's just a nice, really light feeling shoe. You feel lighter on your feet in this one.
But if you want like ankle protection and shit,
you might want to go there.
Yeah, so it all depends on what you like. But anything else?
I would probably have to go with the Currys.
The what?
The Curry 2s.
Okay, all right.
Fuck both these shoes, you know? No, I would go with the Kyrie 2s maybe.
Really?
Just because of that traction.
Very interesting.
You know, that traction is like...
If the Kyrie 2s had this material though.
Oh, that would be nuts.
That'd be nuts. That'd be sex. That'd be the soda sexy tie.
This is very close to being a tie, but that's kind of boring. So, but like, you know, if I'm just thinking about it, which shoe I'd probably want to put on and just play more in, it's probably the Kyrie 2.
Okay.
Just because of the traction.
Okay.
Because everywhere else they're pretty similar.
Yeah.
You
know,
know?
High, low, if you which one, then get that, and the traction.
Yeah. Plus, I prefer a little more ankle support.
Yeah.
So, but there's the categories. We broke them down for you. You make your decision. Obviously, it's your money. But that's just our honest opinion from testing these shoes.
Yep.
And if you want to copy either of these, there might be a link in the description. And of course, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Try not to say that too often to spam y'all, but it does help. We appreciate it.
Yep.
All our subs, Soul Squad. We love you guys, and we will be back with another video, maybe in a few hours. Right? I'm done.
I go ham. 7
You have so much.
Peace.